Hi everyone, this is Lenaya. Thank you for clicking this video to take a further look into my property management, real estate, and life overall. It's Living with Lenaya here, and stay tuned for my kitchen renovation under $30,000.
Ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option due to unusual rain and thunder, baby, I want.
So at the time when I was looking to purchase my home, I did have a very strict budget that I had to stay in between. It was on the lower end of the spectrum for California homes, and so that provided quite a bit of difficulty. I definitely got a lot of slaps in the face with some of my offers and things of that sort, so there was a point where I thought I was going to have to give up, but I was extremely lucky, and I'm so thankful to have found my dream home here in California that I was able to solidify after a very long process. And I am now going to be talking to you guys about my kitchen renovation. So in this video, I'll be going over quite a bit of information just in regards to the kitchen that I'm in right now as we speak. As you can see, voila, it is complete, and it did not start here. So let's start by taking a look at the kitchen that we started with in the beginning at the time of my purchase. Coming in, it had these really dirty looking brown tannish tiled countertops, black appliances that came with the home. It had some kind of icky painted over cabinets that were white, but the insides were not that great. The fixtures were very dated, lighting was very dated, the faucet was dated, so I knew coming in at the purchase time that there would be some things that I definitely needed to get to once I did have a little bit more money to spend to go ahead and put some TLC into the home. You know, a kitchen is the heart of the home, they say. It's where you enjoy your family, it's where you host, it's where you overall have the most fun, I'd say, eating. So it was very important for me to definitely dive in and change some things up. In addition to some of the dated finishings, the home did have an interesting layout that I definitely wanted to change. I was looking for a very open concept home, and I did not find that due to my budget. However, there was a wall that I felt could 100% be opened with not too much work that I did end up contacting a contractor to assist with during this process. So I will be going in depth with that as well. But I will try to show some footage of that boxed in layout. Pretty much the kitchen had its own, it was on its own little islands, and then the dining room kind of popped out, and then there was a living room that was separate, but ultimately someone could be in the kitchen and they couldn't be speaking to the person in the living room. So I really wanted to open that up, provide more space, and that's exactly what I did, and I'm so happy that I did that. So ultimately the process involved quite a bit of things. I did have to scope out a contractor, so you should always look into getting a licensed contractor. Get quite a few different bids. Don't sit on getting the first bid that you see. Look into the licensing and make sure they don't have any complaints, errors, things of that on their licensing account. Alongside looking into a good contractor, you should definitely look into the products that you are going to be placing into your home. Durability is going to get you as far as you want to go in the long run, and you will be very pleased if you do take your time researching the variety of products that you are going to use and have in your kitchen for the future to come. I did take my time in looking into the cabinets, the companies that I was going to be purchasing from, soft close, wood finish, European style cabinet, and overall the purpose of what the home would be. For me, this is going to become an investment property in the future, so durability was a very, very important thing for me. So one of the things that I specifically wanted in my home was a darker cabinet. Reason being is because painting cabinets can over time make the texture of the cabinet be a little bit difficult. It's one of those things that you might get some complaints on. So I wanted to really get a nice durable cabinet that I would not need to be painted in the future. But you know, those fingerprints when you're going and cooking, sometimes you might have a renter who's not paying that extra good attention to cleaning things. So that's why I went with the darker finish cabinet and actually ended up doing a waypoint shaker. I believe it's a black, but it's not called black. It's called something else, so I'll ensure that that's in here. But I did go with the waypoint shaker cabinet that definitely appears to be a black color. In addition to those cabinets, I was for sure that I wanted quartz because it's known to be one of the best stones that you can have. It's supposed to be stain resistant. It's not supposed to scratch as easy. And of course, as I said, it is one of the harder stones and it is supposed to last a very long time. It is on the more expensive side, but that is something that I felt would contribute to my rental price and increasing that because of the ambiance or the look that comes with having the quartz countertops. But I also loved what I ended up going with the dark black color. As you can see, it kind of has a nice marble look to it that I love so much, and it really brought the kitchen together once that was in there. Another very important piece of the design factor when choosing what my kitchen was going to look like was picking the right flooring and ensuring that it brought the entire home together with the scheme that I was going for. I wanted to ensure it gave off a natural look, and I wanted to make sure that the color that's also in my countertop choice could match and tie in with the flooring, and I think that's exactly what I did. It was something that I went back and forth with. I went to many different places. I looked at a lot of different samples, brought a lot of samples home, and kept playing with it before I did make my finalized choice. Again, I did ensure that I looked up durability of the plank. I looked up how easy it might be to replace in the future. Can I pop in a few planks if one gets scratched? And that is the case. These are the pop, like they kind of pop and lock in to each other, opposed to being, you know, one long piece of vinyl. They are vinyl planking. The last big ticket item that I had to worry about was my appliances. So as you know, when I first purchased the home, they came with these old dated black appliances that were not going to cut it in this extraordinary kitchen. One of the first things I actually did, it was closer to like Thanksgiving time period, so you do get the Black Friday deals. I went to Home Depot. I ensured that I got an amazing deal, kind of like if you buy 4 or 5 appliances, you got a few $100s off. And one thing is, my kitchen wasn't going to be set to be ready for a few months to come, but Home Depot did have an option where I could kind of keep pushing the date out to a certain extent. They gave me like a month or 2 to push it out to ensure that my kitchen was ready and the appliances were ready to be installed, because it's very important for you to be able to try out your appliances once they come in to ensure that there's no issues. So I changed the refrigerator, I changed the range, the stove, I changed the dishwasher, I changed the microwave, and I included a vent hood on top of the stove for when you're cooking, and that provided definitely a much more upgraded feel that I loved. And I've always wanted a vent hood. I've always had the stove microwave, and I was like, nah. Adult Lenaya is gonna have exactly what she wants. She's gonna try that out. Lastly, it was more of the smaller type items. So you have lighting, your faucet, your kitchen sink, those types of things. I did shop around. I looked at Overstock. I went to Home Depot. I went to Lowe's. Many trips, picking out exactly what I wanted. I really liked the matte black feel, so I did end up going with the matte black faucet. I went with stainless steel or silver knob pulls for all of the cabinets. I also changed the fixture over my dining room table. It was really ugly, old fixture. Now it's a nice kind of, I think it's called Sputnik, stainless steel or silver, more upgraded type white. When I move out, I may change that to something not so crazy, but that is what I went with. And overall, items, the sink, pools, lighting, new garbage disposal. Last but not least, I did have to have a contractor, as I've told you before, and so labor was tied in, but I do think I'd say I got a decent price on these things. Overall, the labor demo. We opened up the wall. I was actually in Chicago when that happened, but I did get a little bit of footage for you there. We did plumbing work. We moved a variety of things. Where the refrigerator was got moved, where the stove was got moved. Lighting got changed. We got rid of a soffit in the ceiling that was just very dated. So a lot of work was done. It also included having to change some AC vents and where those were placed. So yeah, we did not end up moving the kitchen sink because that is one of the things that I was told would be very, very expensive and just recommended not to do so. So that is something that I left alone. I tried to leave things alone as much as possible with opening that layout, and I think we definitely did achieve that and had an amazing finalized product. All right, you guys, well, you have it there. You got to learn my budget. You got to see quite a bit of the process. You got to also get some tips that may help you in the future. But let's take a look at the finalized kitchen one last time.
All in the sky, ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option, due to unusual rain and thunder, baby I wonder, put your sweats on for me. I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for ya. Let me lay a great time on ya. Don't hesitate, no, don't you.
And there you have it. I'm living with Lenaya. Thank you for tuning in to my property management, real estate, and life journey. I hope to see you guys soon with more and more renovations and lifestyle goals. Have a great one. Peace.
Don't hesitate, no, don't you. Just say you will come through and show.